Welcome to Terrorist Home. We are on the battlefield. Welcome back, guys. Yeah, we're gonna talk today about the natives of entire Africa, the Kru people, how they become exterminated, genocide, and become known as the San people only to southern part of Africa. So let's go. Let's dive into it. So this are our symbol for freedom, fighting for freedom. These are the invisible chain that we still are locked in as the San people. So these are the invisible chains, and this is, we cannot say we are enslaved. Nobody knows about that the innocent blacks are slave masters. So for now, we're gonna sing a little bit. Dabazendagego, dabarizadage, dabazendagego, dabari, dabadere, dabari, dabazendagego, dabarizadage, dabazendagego, dabari. This is always, they always stay here because they are the symbol of freedom for us. So today we're going to talk about the San people. They are known as the San people in southern part of Africa, meaning this southern Africa, southern African nation. South San means that. So that is actually just the location that they are, the region. But actually how the San people are, they were genocide and exterminated from entire Africa. So we're gonna talk about that in detail. So let's look at, I'm gonna bring in some pictures. First of all, these are the San people, for people who don't know. This is us, okay? So let's go to this. I'm gonna bring in the map. This is a map of Africa, how the San people, the entire Africa. This is the rocks in entire Africa. So myself, I did not also know, when we grown up, our elders were saying we are the natives, but they were mostly just say, oh, we are the natives. They told us what it was. They told us we are some people. Sometimes the blacks tell me I'm a colored. I make a video about why so-called coloreds are natives and black people are not. Even if the black people have the San blood, a criminal can have the blood too. So that on a crime scene, a criminal can have the blood too, but that cannot make you the native. That is the difference. You cannot become a native because you have blood, because the blood, it was not clean blood. It was the blood shed through genocide, rape, and in capture. So that is what it is. Oh guys, I hope this was not seen. Okay, anyway, let's continue. So so I gotta be careful. So yeah, so that was not what is it, that was not that was not experienced, or that was not communicated. So let's continue on this here. So what happened was that in the entire Africa, San people went through, in that, on their own space, on their freedom, they went through and painted the entire Africa with on the rocks, the way it's everywhere, because these are the oldest inhabitants of entire Africa. There is no way that the blacks say they were living peacefully with the San people. The Arabs and the blacks have killed them out, exterminated from entire Africa. Whether you like it or not, the white people are the ones who saved them in the southern part of Africa. You see what I mean? So that is how it goes. If was it not for the white people, they would have never been seen again. With the white devils, after they killed them, the white devils saved them from the black angels. You see what I'm trying to say? So that's why you see them in the southern part of Africa. So this is the picture that I just show you, that in entire Africa, I've been talking this thing, but I'm gonna repeat it, until people get the picture, because we are still enslaved. That is the story that the blacks are saying. We live peacefully, and we were peacefully and we were we live peacefully, and that we were peaceful, and that we were peaceful among them. The moment the blacks, no, the moment anybody came in Africa, that's how our color become different colors. The Ethiopians are San people. You know, you can look at the Ethiopians, they are San people, and you can look at the Tanzanians. Many Tanzanians are there. Okay, I'm gonna show you all the videos that I have kind of gathered what I'm talking from. Okay, let me maybe take the one from. So anyway, for those who does not know, the rocks. Yeah, I didn't have time to kind of what is it? Yeah, I will just make like this so you can concentrate on the rock side. Those are the rocks. They are a lot. If you go on the websites, and you can see them. So these are the rock side, the paintings, as they call them, the arts in the entire Africa for the San people. So you can see that is what they have draw. That is what they have drawn. It is our history. It is our history that nobody can erase it. You know, it is just like the Bible is saying, put it in heavens where nobody can come and destroy. That's what the San people have done. They really hide our riches in a place that nobody can destroy. So that is the rock science. That is, so if you go and Google, you're gonna get a lot of it. But we're gonna continue, and then we're gonna, yeah, this is also now a picture. This is a picture from this guy. You know, it's just somebody that makes videos. He's an Indian, I know. So he was also saying, yeah, these are sometimes the history is so out there that they will say that we are coming from Asia and stuff like that. I don't know, because the history is saying we are the oldest inhabitants. How are we coming from Asia if we are not? Because that is how the black history tried to push it out. So you can see this one. These are the San people in the southern part, and these are the San people in Tanzania. They have been called Hesabe, but Hasta, that some of them say Hasta, some of them say Hesabe. That is how that is. So it's a San people living, but you know that as the blacks were coming, they really exterminate us, and that's why you see, but you can still see the San characteristics. You know, he have make a perfect picture where he put the San people, which is still having the color, but this because of the black invasion and whatever. You know, now what they are doing is they are trying to, I don't know, I hope this is not gonna mess up. So every time we come with this pictures, you know, there is a story in Tanzania and Kenya and stuff. In Kenya, they were still, I spoke with San people in Kenya, and they were, it's a lot and lots of stuff, information, but you know, so the Kenyans said that they were still having their languages, but it was in the 80s, I guess. So they because the blacks was finding our cliques authentic, so that was taken out. So that's why you will see their language, but it's still, they still click. They now click with only 2 nga and nga, and we still click with the 4. So that is how it is in Kenya. That's what he said. So now we're gonna listen to this here, this video here. It's, I don't know if it's gonna continue. They are San people in Tanzania. They are called the Sandoawa. So they are San people in Tanzania, and the San people in Kenya. They are all Kenya, Tanzania, all they still be called the Bushman people. And in Ethiopia, that's why you can see in the Ethiopians they are San people. Okay, but this is what happened. Let's just make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see. but they still, you can still see the click language. They never let go that because that's their that's how they speak. So this one, the black people sound plus the native, King sound, the click sound, because they are the native of entire Africa. Yeah, that's so let's go Tanzania. Tanzania, from Tanzania you will get them on YouTube. Okay, these are some people. They have been nicely exterminated. So let's see if we can listen to the other one. So let's see here. But I will keep this map here so you can follow me just with this map, okay? So this is San people. Yeah, these are the San people. So this one I kind of, so yeah, this lady, she's a San woman. She's talking about she don't have a problem. See, you know, she's saying that we are Bushmen. That's what she's saying. So let's just listen to her. You know, she's saying the Bushman word is actually the right word for us, because that's a word that we learn in the early stage, you know, because first of all, we did not have a collective name for ourselves in entire Southern Africa, not Southern, but in the entire Africa. So then came so actually, whether you like it or whether you try to deny the white people are the ones who save us from the blacks. If was it not for the white people, you could have never seen us again, even myself, because there is no way that I could have survived, because my ancestors or elders could have never survived. So the whites have saved us. So actually we have to bear, you know, I call myself Bushman too, but because I don't, it's just to reason, to debate whoever is saying that's a derogatory name, that's a white man's name. But how many names are the blacks not having towards us? The blacks have also worse names. If I can name you maybe 100 how the blacks are calling us. So if people say the Bushman is a wrong name, I don't know why, but you know exactly. If you are a black person and you feel that the Bushman is a wrong name, how about the names you are calling us? How about the names you are calling us? And that's what I'm talking about. So she's saying she's a Bushman because that's a name that we started to learn. It was a name for the identity that we did not have. So it's a name that was given by the Afrikaners, or by the Dutch people who came as Afrikaners, who become Afrikaners. In actually, even that Afrikaner it wasn't, they were not calling themselves Afrikaner. They were calling us Afrikaner, and our people turn around and call them Afrikaners, and they become the Afrikaners. You see what I'm trying to say? So that's what, see, I don't have a problem with us being called Bushmen or whatever, because we have a lot of names that the blacks are calling us. And growing up as a San child, these were the names that I know also as a Bushman. In, you know, that is what we were. It was a common name and accepted name, and then that is what it is. But blacks also have. So she said, she don't know. I think the information did not come to her that San actually means SAN means the Southern African nation. That's what it means. So she's just saying, what do they mean with the San? So it's something new to her. It's new terms coming up. So bear with everybody. If I call myself Bushman, just to reason, because why should we not call ourselves Bushmen? Doesn't matter, because in the books the word Bushman is all over. So if we want to reason, we're gonna reason from that word. That is what it is. So she's saying, what does it mean? Does it mean because it's a new word to her?
Als ik dit kan vertellen in onze taal, dan hoogpassen, Busman. Als het komt, dan wil dit voor mij leren om te zeggen dat ons was de mensen van die bos.
So she's saying, you know, it's the, when she kind of translated in her language, she's speaking one of the, actually the original, I could say original San language, and Nama is the vernacular. It's not the original, it's not the native language. Namas are natives, but the language, it was the wash out. It's a vernacular, but Nama is still holding together the nativeness. So why the black people are not natives to South Africa is because, and coloreds are natives. You know, the so-called coloreds, it's a son, it's a child from a Kru woman, you know, a Griqua woman or a Nama woman who maybe mix with the colored, or he just go and stay in that environment and decide himself to adapt himself as a colored. In that, with that group, it's a group which was the natives and the whites or the blacks. It's even blacks, you know, and it's not just blacks which was brought by, you know, how the blacks try to deny the natives of South Africa is, or the natives of Namibia, of natives of Botswana, is that it was, especially South Africa, they say it's a blacks which was brought in as slaves from Madagascar and India and stuff like that. But those people, the blacks which was brought in, they don't regard them as coloreds. You have to know their story. They don't regard them as coloreds. And even the Indians, they don't regard themselves as coloreds. So that is what it is, that why the black people cannot be natives and why the so-called coloreds are natives is because the so-called colored was one person from the entire Kru people who went out because he became that. It was accepted. They cannot just blame it on the white man, he was wrong and what. They also laugh it. The so-called coloreds love to be coloreds. I grown up with them. That same white people were telling them, you are Hottentots, you are Bushmen, and they were denying. So you cannot just put every fault on the white man if your own elders did not teach you. Like ourselves, the white people love our language and love our culture. I grown up also with whites and so-called coloreds. Coloreds, even in the classes, they did not want it to be called coloreds. But during that white man's time, we were practicing our culture. So what a white man is actually the one who persevere our culture, who save our culture. You see what I'm trying to say? So blame it on the white man. Everything stick when it's been blamed on the white man. Apartheid and racism it sells when it's white. So So the so-called colored is not, it's not a lack of its own. It is a lack from the San people that have become maybe mixed with the mixed. One woman maybe have a white child, or the child, when he realized, then they become coloreds themselves. They drawn into that. I have my own family who was white, that I mean who was also having that white kind of color, and they were also feeling they were colored. They you know, because they fit in that feeling. They were feeling if they go and stay with the colored so-called, they feel as people with together, rather than they stay with us and they feel isolated. You see what I mean? So the so-called colors are not a colored of, they are not just children which doesn't have roots. They have roots, but them have adapt that community. But them adapting that community does not mean they are not indigenous people. That's what it is. They are the indigenous, because the blacks cannot be natives to South Africa. That's my argument. Blacks are not natives in the sense, blacks through rape, blacks got the blood. Rape and killing of the San, they got the blood. So the whites got the blood also through rape and killing. That's why even what is it? The clerk. There is so many whites who become they were coloreds and they become whites in the 70s and the 60s. They were allowed to become registered as white people, but it was colored. It was actually Khum people. They become Khum people become colored. Colored people become white. Not all the white people are, you know, what is that guy? I forgot to bring his video here, who makes jokes. I just forgot his name. So, you know, so him, and then if you look at Steve Hofmeyer, and he has recently sing a song that he makes, what he makes with the San people. Anyway, it's a S name. I don't want to wrongly pronounce his name, but then that's how the so-called colored are the natives, because the Khum people become coloreds and colored people become white. That's how the thing have go. There is whites who does not have the native genes, but there is whites that is, because who are you gonna say? Because it was black people invading and whites invading. So it's not all, there is black people, and whites actually become, and native children actually become coloreds. Yeah, Leon, Leon Sefter. Yeah, Leon, you're right, Frankie. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was Leon Suster. Yeah, it's him. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Kijk, as je nou zijn gezicht kijkt, when you look to Leon Suster's face, he is typically a San man and mixed with the white. Huh? He is typically a San. Thank you. You read my mind. You read my thoughts. That's beautiful. We are San people. Hold the line. Hold the line. Yeah, Leon Schuster. Look at that man's face. Look at him. He looks more San than me. Seriously. Without, I don't care. It's serious stuff, right? So I'm grateful for one of the natives have kind of, Franco, the Frees have sent me the name. I'm so appreciative, because ek het nog gedink waar kry ek sy naam. Ek ken hom. Leon had been playing movies for a long time, but for some reason the name just flipped my thoughts. But at least they're one of the natives have kind of. So we are the native children, and it's the same thing with us. We you know, like myself, I have to explain myself. You know, I never thought I could explain myself if I'm a San person, because when I grown up, I was a San person. I never knew anything else besides being a San. So of the Khum, or you know, we don't really have a name, but the collective names that we know is Bushman, Khum, Khoisan. That is, and there is no Khoisa and San. There is no Khoisan and San. It's not two things. It's one thing. Okay, one DNA. There's no two. The Khoisan doesn't have its own DNA. Come on now, guys. Keep it cool. Keep it calm. Keep it straight up. don't mix it up, don't lie about it. There is no Khoisan DNA alone by itself in the San DNA. It is either we are Khoisan or we are San, because we are nameless. All the names, and don't be confused with names. Don't be trying to say we are this, and even Kho and Inwase. That's why I will say we are Inwase, because it's closely to the language. And I will say we are Kho. Kho is also, you know, it's groups of the San people, but it's where we are actually coming from. You know what I mean? So that is the picture here. So guys, and so if you see Leon, look at his face. And that's what I'm talking about. Look at Chaka Zulu is still having that strong. If Chaka Zulu really look the way they draw him, he still has that strong blackness in him. Because I think Chaka Zulu must be a second or third generation in South Africa from the black people. The thing looks for me like that. Chaka Zulu must have been the third or the second generation of black people in South Africa. Because they could have already, you know, they could, what they were doing, you know, when you look at this here, let me pull it up a little bit. So I mostly talk our history from I talk the whole history. Can use Egypt, all those things where black people with the San people. But when you look at you must look, Chaka Zulu came through here. And he's a black man who came through. He came from Angola. In Angola they were, let's make it a little bit, oh, not my picture. This one here. We're gonna pull it up a little bit. This here, when you look at that picture, Chaka Zulu came here. They were Ombanjas in Angola. In Namibia they become Vambus, and they become but you know, Chaka Zulu must have been born he must have been born in South Africa. He is born in South Africa, but his grandfather and his great-grandfather, I think, must have been born here in Namibia or in Angola, because the Chaka Zulu history, the Zulu history is not long in South Africa, because you can still see the Zulus are Vambus, and they are Vambus and Kho. That's what Zulu is. So the Zulu was coming down. He raped, he was killing, he slaughtered. That's what the Zulus was doing. So I will make this picture smaller, and there's this one smaller too. So that's what the Zulus were doing, you know, slaughtering the San people, all those good stuff. And that nobody talks about that. So that's what it happened. So the Zulus, I keep repeating myself. So talking about us, the black San people, you know, people don't really know about us as the black San people, just like they don't know about the so-called colored people. We are the rape cases from the black people. We are the ones who the blacks have raped. They don't want to talk about it. At least the white people say something about their sins. Blacks wants to be regarded as the messiahs, but it's not that. It cannot be happening, because he is just the slaughterer, just like the white men. So whites actually are the ones who save us. If was it not for the whites, you could have never known this map. You would have never known our existence. And this is not lies of the map. When you go there, because I talk with some people in Kenya, you can look at the Ethiopians. That's why there is a strong proof that San people are the natives of entire Africa. Unfortunately, they were just killed out. That's how that went. So we're gonna keep on, guys. We're gonna keep on. So San people are the natives. So I was talking, I always bring him up, my cousin Steve Mayer. You know, these are the guys I'm talking about. They are San people. So before you and Malema send all the white people back, you got to hold up, because there's our people there too in that group. That's what I'm saying. So they, I don't know why they try to deny the natives, because why they try to deny the natives, the so-called colored people in South Africa, their native roots, is because they want, how can you decide who we are and who, blacks have to decide who we are and who we are not. Because that's the you know, if you say color, because in this group there are Griqua people who even never have even called themselves colored people. There are Nama people in this group who have never even called themselves colored people. So to come and decide we are not natives or we are this people that you want to force us into being. You know, there are Nama people. Namas never said they were colored. So because of the ignorance of blacks not knowing our history, they decide that we are not natives. And they put everybody, even myself, they put me in the colored bucket. You know, so for them, it's an easy way for them to deny us our ancestral land. That's why they are doing that, because these coloreds, so-called coloreds, are the ones going to them and ask for freedom. So this they want to deny. And if the Malaysians came, I say Madagascar. No, it was Malaysian. Madagascar is the island. Malaysians, if the Malaysians, there are Malaysians that still know they are Malaysians. They never became, there are Malaysians in the Cape that says, and you know, that's what they do. They try to bully these so-called coloreds to the Cape because of the history of Jan van Riebeeck said that when I came 1652, I found them here. I found the question here. So that's why, because they can now not deny the Jan van Riebeeck history, so they push them as the people of the Cape. And then they put them as this other time they will push them as the people of Kalahari. But Kalahari is a place that the blacks have pushed us in. It was our hiding place from the blacks after the black slaughter. And my people who is native people, you have to know the history about the black people. And if you talk about, don't talk about ANC, talk about the black people. Because when we're talking about the white people, we didn't talk about Trunhale, all those parties they were having. We were talking about white people. So we have to mention, you know, hold it on its own horn. Verstaan jy? Hou dit op sy horings. Dis die swart man. Dis die swart man wat vir ons uitgeroer het uit die entire Africa. Dis die white man who saved us from the entire Africa, from the swart man and from himself. So we got to know our facts, okay? That's all I'm saying. We got to know our facts. So it was the black man who killed us out from entire Africa. It was a white man who saved us. If was it not for the white devils, you could have never seen yourself. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Do you see or any acknowledge of the San people here in the northern part of Africa? You don't, but they are the natives of entire Africa. So you know that because of blacks are good at hiding. Blacks are good. That's a problem with my people. They don't know black people. They don't know black people and they think black people are for them. Black people are not for you. It is that white people which is for you. First of all, it's your fathers, and second of all, there is native children who become so-called colored. They become colored, they become white people. So you got to be careful how you handle this fragile history. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So you wanna, because it's a white man who saved, even today, it's a white man who saved the San people. You are not there where the so-called original San people are suffering. It's a white man. It's a white man, just like you and your brother fight and forgive each other. If was it not for the white people, blacks were busy blathering us and genocide and whatevering us out. When you, even in the history, they are saying we were coming from here, there. You know, it was never from there to here. They blame us coming from the south to there. When you can see these paintings was done in a very relaxed situation. That meaning the elders people of Africa, the San people, they were living and dwelling alone there without the Arabs and the blacks. And they were doing these things during their free time. And until the Arabs and the blacks came and wiped them out from Africa. You see what I'm trying to say? Otherwise, if we were not from that upper Africa, our trace could not be there. We are the oldest inhabitants of entire Africa. We are. Viva to the aboriginals, viva. Down to the oppression of the black man, down. Down to the oppressor, black man, down. Free our people, let us go. Free my people, black men, let us go. Down to the oppressors, the black mafias, down. Free my people, black people, free my people. Free my people, black people, free my people. Let us go, let us go, let us free. Give us the fresh air we were enjoying. Give us the fresh air we were enjoying. Free, open your prison gates of long decades. Open the prison gates. Free us from your invisible chain. Free my people, black people, free my people. Free my people, black people, free my people. Free us, black men, free us. Let my people go, black men, let my people go. The innocent slave master, the black man. Viva the aboriginals of southern part of Africa. Viva the aboriginals of Africa. Viva the oldest survivors of enslavement, all the genocide, the untalked slaughter and genocide of the San people. Free my people, black men, free my people. Let my people go, black men. Open your prison gates, black men. Open your invisible prison gates. Our native brothers in South Africa. Why they hate the so-called, how can you call these people, this here people, look at their faces, how can you call these people, and you know for sure that this they don't look like black, like whites, or they don't look like black. So how can you decide aboriginals force? It's not even from 6052. You guys have it wrong. It is since the black men. I mean, Janhan Riviek's coming is a blessing. Although he killed us, he is the one who saved us. So down with the black slavery, down with the black denial, the natives, down with the black enslavement, down with the blacks forcing us in colors, down. We are not colors, we are the aboriginals. You are on our ancestral land. Why the blacks are not aboriginals? Because they got their blood through rape and slaughtering. That's why the colors are, so-called colors are the aboriginal. It was a Nama child, which is a native, who become a colored. Color does not have a bone. The blacks have came in and slaughter. So the coloreds did not come in and slaughter the natives. Colored is the extreme child of the native. So why they so-called hate my brother, so-called the color? I'm also the colored, if they can call me a color, because I'm from the black rape. I'm from the rape of the black people. Down with the black imperialism, down with the black slavery, down with the black slave masters, down with black enslaving us, denying our ancestral land, our ancestral identity. Down with blacks forcing us in colors, down. You got to understand, for blacks to force us in colors, it's because that's a way that they can deny our ancestral land. Yeah, that's how that goes. Viva the aboriginals, viva. Stand up, the aboriginals, viva. This very black man is a man who is slaughtering you out from entire Africa. The so-called devil, the white man, is the one who saved you. Dabari, dabari, dage, dabazen, dabazen, dage, go. These are the slaves of the black man. These are the slaves of the change of the black man, still enslaving the natives. The slave child, son, children, slaves. We have to ask freedom from the invisible slave. This here, you can say whatever you want to say about white people, okay? They alone saved the San people. Nobody else has saved the San people. You can say whatever you want to say about white men. When you did not know about the San people, ask me. I grown up in the field. Ask me, white people save us. Whether you want, and many of the white peoples are your cousins, because 60 and 70 they become white people. Actually, they were already natives, and they were just adopted as white people in the 60s and 70s. This woman, this San woman, she went through a lot. San woman and San man, let my San man, they went through a lot. This man here, San man, they went through a lot. They stand the survival of time. These people went through a lot. Nobody talks for us. We got to talk. We got to tell the world. We got to come up. We got to speak up. We cannot just be silent. This is where the San people are drawing. How he came in. How the black man in Zulu is coming in. He became a Zulu in South Africa. He was a Vampu in Namibia or Umbanja in Angola. So that's far I can trace him. I can trace him. That's him. That's him. That's the San people running. That's him. But this here history, nope. Oh, nobody want to talk about it. This here history, how Chaga Zulu came. Chaga Zulu did not came in. He was slaughtering, but his grandfather, not his grandfather, his great grandfather, and those ones are Vampus who came in. That's why Zulu is These Bandus doesn't have cliques. Bantu people do not have cliques. So the cliques was adapted from the San people. Actually, you know, it was like the San woman. They went in the capturing of the capturing camp. They went with their language. That's how they went. They went with their language. That's how that have went. The San people went with their language. I'm trying to bring you up. This is Chaga Zulu. You can see the Zulus and it says the cave in Brackfontein. So don't go and kill them. They are gone already. Don't go and ban. You know, guys, that's one thing that the blacks cannot do. Our ancestors really have saved for us. They knew this once, and they went so much on the top and draw this that blacks cannot come there and like they are doing cliques, ban and stuff like that. They can't do that. They cannot do that like they are doing cliques. They cannot. Our ancestors did a good job. They say for us our history on the rocks. Here is Ochaka. He's busy killing, okay? That's what he's doing the best. Busy killing. Now, and he become, Jan van Riebeeck never became a king, but Chaka, for some reason, became a king in the land that he invaded. So that's one thing that we have to debunk. He can't be a king. If Leon, I was saying Leon Foster. Leon Foster is not just a pure white man. He is a San child. It's those San children who become in 60s and 70s, who become from colored to white people. So you have to be careful how you treat the white men. So these are the paintings of the Khoisan. And then until then, later, bye. Thank you. Share this video, guys. Until next time.